A strong start. Teams are coming together pretty quickly.
You know, B.A., what other choice is there? The competition is fierce in this league, so it's sink or swim right away the moment the season starts.
Now the opening lineup for Atlanta. Daniels and Risache out on the perimeter. Johnson and Porzingis there inside. And it's Young in at the 1. 6 on the shot clock. Sinks the tray.
Well, he is so effective on ball, we know that. But Young is also a great shooter off the catch.
Pass to Buzelis. Back to Giddey. Vucevic, a screen on Young. And that one's good. Giddey. A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Grant.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a wing on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan.
Risache, no good. There's a minute 59 left in the first quarter of the game. Pass to Vucevic. Here's Buzelis. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And the defense has to offer more resistance. Can't let guys like Buzelis get this close to the rim.
Daniels outside. Good ball movement here by Atlanta. Johnson finds Daniels. Outside Young. And he drops it in from the low post. Young's got 5.
And we know Trae Young will hurt you from deep, but when he's getting inside and scoring around the rim, it just makes him that much more difficult to contain.
And he just punches home the one-hand finish.
Hey, 2 points the easy way. Giddey against Young. Takes it inside. On the wing, Risache. Porzingis sets a screen. Puts it up. And it's cleared by Vucevic.
That's just unlucky. You don't mind him taking that shot at all.
Outside White. Back to Giddey. This one for 3. And the three-pointer goes. He's got 5.
Like sometimes the threes can really boost your confidence, and I'm sure it'll do just that for Giddey.
Pass to Johnson. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
That is a quality look. You can't do it much better than that.
Now here's Giddey. Puts up a deep 3. And again, it's Chicago with a 3. And so it's Josh Giddey making highlights for the Bulls. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be right back. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from what we've seen from Chicago, what's your take so far?
They're looking engaged so far, especially on offense.
I love how they're playing. When you combine great effort and great execution, it leads to great results.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second. We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Kristaps Porzingis out there with Luke Kennard, and it's Gay in at the 4 spot. Now here's Jones. 5-point lead, biggest of the game. With some arc, the rebound by Atlanta. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the year.
They had some real back-and-forth battles last year. Hopefully we see more of the same going forward.
Wallace misses. Bulls leading by 5. All right, we've now got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. He's got a special report. Shams, it's all yours.
Well, there was a bit of uncertainty over the summer about whether the Bulls would stick with Billy Donovan or not. He also received some interest from the Knicks, but that was cleared up when the organization chose to extend him on a multi-year deal. It cements his role with the team as they continue to build. Guys, the Bulls have committed to Billy Donovan for the long haul.
He knows his stuff. Shams, thank you. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys.
yourself on the screen. You show us the best of those. Let's go. You have the camera on you. You must have left your dancing shoes at home, huh? Keep on dancing.
New group getting ready for Chicago. Vucevic, he's checked in for Collins. Buzelis comes in for Williams. Dosunmu, he's checked in for Herter. And it's Josh Giddey in for Terry. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Gay. Johnson comes in for Alexander Walker. Dyson Daniels, he's checked in for Kennard. And it's Trae Young in for Wallace. Now here's Young. He's got 5. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. The Bulls are going younger. Coach Billy Donovan said, we don't want to be just stuck in the middle. There's no question about that, but it's always about the integrity of competition. The building out part is identifying guys that are going to help us move forward. Back to you.
Taking the long view. All right, Allie, thanks for the report. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
So oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Kobe White, he's checked in for Jones. And a change for the Hawks. Risache's checked in. Young with the signature tray.
That's his second triple this quarter after hitting one earlier. This is how you space the floor.
Back to Giddey. 50 seconds left to play in the half. Vucevic. Okongwu with the rebound. And Young has got the ball here for Atlanta. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Their next game is at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for a game of the Nets. It'll be their second game of a 4-game road trip. Now here's Okongwu. No points so far. And the officials will call the illegal screen here. Chicago leading. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And that one's good. Giddey.
Once Giddey saw his opening, he took advantage. I mean, defenders just could not keep up.
Now Young. We saw him with 11 points in his last game. Lets it go from deep. And he can't get that one. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Bulls out in front, up 3. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drums. They're measuring up the shots. So close, so close. Let's hear it for the participants.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
Taking a look here at Chicago, it's been a painful start for them, 0-2. I know the season's young, but they're probably feeling a little desperate for that first win.
Yeah, if you include the offseason, it's been months, Shaq, since this team's won a game. Not a great feeling.
And let's take a look back at the first half. The Bulls are in a close one.
They're hitting at a high clip. Some shots have been wide open, some tightly contested.
And as the ball continued to fall through the net, you could see their confidence growing. And that is going to do it for us. Let's get back to some second half action with Brian Anderson and company.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Boy, what a great performance by Trae Young.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Well, and I expect they're going to continue to lean on him as we continue in this game. Why not? The way he's playing right now offensively.
Tim, you graduated with an MBA from an elite business school. How has that impacted how you look at the NBA?
Well, it certainly gives you a look at how the business side of things are impacted in the NBA and a real grasp of the numbers. And man, oh man, are those numbers big at this level.
Giddey is the 1 with White by his side at the 2. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. And it's Dosunmu in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Billy Donovan getting going here in the second half. Got it.
He can beat you inside. He can beat you outside. Porzingis is truly the prototypical stretch big.
Here's Buzelis. White for 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Outside Rizachet. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Down low. Here's Porzingis. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Porzingis has got 6 points.
One of the tallest guys in the league. Give Porzingis the ball there and just let him work.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
3-1-2 crew.
Always interesting to look back at last season. These were the NBA's best transition teams. In third, the Bulls.
You know, it really made for some exciting games the way this team ran the floor, always maintaining impressive energy in transition.
.152 left in the third. Pass to Buzelis. And here's Dosunmu. Takes the 3. Rebounded by Johnson.
I love those kind of looks as a player. Plenty of space and peace of mind to launch. Rarely see him that open.
And that one's good. Giddey. Giddey's got 12.
Yeah, how about Giddey tonight? Scoring the ball, such a different matchup. I don't know who they can throw at him right now.
Well, when you look at the upside for this young Hawks team, Tim, how good can they be?
I think they could be one of the surprises in the Eastern Conference. They've got an emerging star in Jalen Johnson, one of the best defensive players in the league, and Dyson Daniels. And both of those guys, I think, haven't even come close to scratching the surface.
And both players, high-level work ethic, talent, and guys who want to get after it every day. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Trae Young is getting recognition for his playmaking. He said, I've been top 5 in assists since I've been in this league, but I've been able to score so easily. People consider that selfish at times. I'm not even worrying about what people got to say. I know what I do. Brian, back to you.
Tuning out the noise. All right, Allie, appreciate the report.
Yeah, Trae Young has been relentless offensively. He has brought the effort and the production.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Giddey. Dosunmu for three. Rebounded by Daniels. Young against Giddey. Young inside. Here's Daniels. And that misses. That would have put him up. And we wrap up the third, and it looks like it's going to be an exciting fourth. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling here on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Well, I like the fact he didn't telegraph it. That's poetry in motion right there.
3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. And Atlanta looking at who they've got. Risacher at the 3, Johnson at the 4. Trey is flanked by Daniels in the backcourt. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. Just 5 to shoot. Ooh, the shot misses. Well, the Bulls shooting 56% today. Oh, no good. And the Hawks shooting a solid 47%. KP wrecks the rim.
Now, we know he can hit threes, but Kristaps showing he can slam it too.
Vucevic, a screen on Young. Giddey into the lane. Dosunmu outside. The 3 is off.
2 minutes remaining.
The Hawks leading. Young with it, and it's Giddey picking him up. Fires the 3. It's good from beyond the arc.
Yeah, that's what Risacher is out here to do. He is first and foremost a three-point shooter. A good one at that.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Billy Donovan was saying to the team. He told his players, we are right there, guys. This game is ours. Continue to work hard, and we will win this game.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Here's Giddey. A minute 15 left in the game. Using the glass to lay it in.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Young. Oh, that's a man on a mission right there.
Showcasing his athleticism. Plays like this are why you gotta be excited about Risache's future in this league.
Giddey, wide outside. He launches. Booyah! He sinks the triple.
And defensively, how do you leave him that open in crunch time?
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Porzingis can't get the three. The Bulls have gotten half of their attempts to fall in the fourth. 2 for 4 now. Vucevic, screen on Young. Giddey buries it from outside.
When his team needs him, Giddey steps up. And you love to see a guy with that kind of fire.
Giddey against Young. Outside Johnson, 6 to shoot. Porzingis. Oh, he needed it, and he got it.
Wow, that takes steady nerves right there.
Completely unfazed by what's at stake. That's just clutch.
Now here's Giddey. Both hands there for a little extra.
Oh, telling the defender to take a seat.
Important possession here.
Yeah, we'll see how they execute under pressure.
Young. Oh, off target from downtown. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. The acrobatic double clutch finish. Wow.
Late game pressure, no problem. Not a factor in Giddey's concentration.
Young looking around. Puts up the tray. Money from 3.
What a shot. That's exactly why you go to Young right there.
Outside Giddey. Oh, missed on the tray. Can't hit it. Time expires. We're going to overtime. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ball game. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Giddey is the 1 with White by his side at the 2. Buzelis out there with Dosunmu. And it's Vucevic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Grant, we're talking about certain players. We hear expressions like, he does the little things, or he does the dirty work. What does all that mean exactly?
You know, it's about what doesn't show up in the box score. Setting good screens, winning those 50-50 balls, hustling back on defense. Often, it's just as important as putting up those points.
Free throw, no good.
And look, make no mistake about it, Trae Young is an elite offensive force in this league. A guy who can single-handedly carry an offense.
Here's Buzelis. Picked by Vucevic. White. He's off from 3. And Young has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. 2-point game. Porzingis with a screen on Giddey. Up again! Oh, he rips it down off the miss.
I love whenever Porzingis hits the offensive boards. He has the height needed to hurt defenses in this regard.
They double him with Risache. Shoots a 3. Johnson with the rebound.
Every possession counts for them right now. That's not going to get it done.
That's off.
Well, the defense did just enough to force that miss because he is a good finisher.
White outside. Unloads. Oh, he missed the jumper. And a fast break now for Atlanta. And Trae blitzes his way down the floor for the score.
Well, all options are available for this offense when Trae Young has the ball in the open floor.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Score quick, then foul. Then you have to hope for some missed free throws.
Well, at this point, everything has to go your way to extend this game.
Dosunmu with it, working on Porzingis. Giddey fires! No.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
And an intentional foul right there.
First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Hawks. Daniel, 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Yeah, and I think this is a promising player we're looking at, especially defensively. Dyson Daniels is a stud at containing the basketball, and he just creates havoc out there.
And they have to know that any hope of a comeback is gone.
Yeah, I think it's time to wave the white flag.
Young against Giddey. And so it's Atlanta with the W. They escape with the W, even though they needed a few extra minutes to pull it off.
And both teams gave their all. But when it came down to overtime, it was about who had more determination.
And now we have Allie LaForce standing with the player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Trae, you guys had a look in your eyes tonight. How satisfying was it to get this win?
I mean, it feels great. It feels great getting a win. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just here to help my team win, whoever we're playing against, and that's all I care about.
Thanks, Trae. Guys?
All right, thanks, Allie. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Tim Legler, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. As always, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And as we leave you, here's a look at our player of the game, Trae Young.